चाइना से। आज जनाब ये एपिसोड 6 है। एपिसोड 4 जो है मैंने ट्राई की थी, वो रोड पे था मैं गाड़ी पे, तो लेकिन मेरा जो है आपको पता है चाइना में हम वीपीएन लगा के ट्राई करते हैं, जो है ये सारा के सारा इंटरनेशनल सोशल मीडिया, तो इसलिए हम लोग जो है आपसे रब्ता नहीं कर सके, मैं नहीं कर सका, इसलिए मैं माज़रत खा हूँ। और फिर कल मैं जनाब यहाँ पे बाहर था, मैंने कहा चलो शायद आपको दिखा दें, लेकिन इंटरनेट जो है वो कनेक्शन नहीं मिला, इसलिए आज मैंने सीधा ही जो है नया एपिसोड मैंने चला दिया है। बाकी जनाब मैंने कल जो है कोशिश की थी, आज वीडियो डाली हैं, अगर आपने देख ली हैं तो बड़ी ज़बरदस्त बात है, अगर आपने नहीं देखी तो आप उनको देख लें, आपको बहुत मज़ा आएगा। ठीक है जी, तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं, या लोगों के जुड़ने का इंतज़ार करते हैं। मैं यार वैसे आपस की बात है, एक वीडियो मैं अपलोड कर रहा हूँ आप लोगों के लिए। एक आपको वीडियो मिल जाएगी आज रात, अगर आप बेजिंग टाइम से को फॉलो करते हैं। एनीवेज, तो मैंने एक वीडियो डाल दी है, पाइपलाइन में है वो, अभी एक और वीडियो मैं डाल रहा हूँ। ठीक है, शॉर्ट वीडियो होगी वो, लेकिन है वो 19:6 उसके अंदर है। ठीक है जी, तो मैं कोशिश करता हूँ कि आपको वो मैं दिखा दूँ, लेकिन इसके अंदर जो है ना कि म्यूज़िक श्यूज़िक नहीं है। मैं म्यूज़िक डालने की कोशिश करता हूँ, थोड़ा म्यूज़िक भी डाल दूँ कि ऐसा ना हो कि प्रॉब्लम हो जाए। ठीक है, वेलकम टू लाइव एंड रिमेंबर to guard your privacy. All right, I will guard my privacy. So, anyways, let's begin. People ask me that how long I have been in China. So, I've been living in China for like, it's about 26, 27 years now. I came to China in 1999. So, until now, I've been living in here. I went back to my country for maximum time was like 17 days. The shortest time was like only 3 days. So most of the time I spent here in China and in Oregon, USA. So in Oregon, I lived for, let me see, around 9 months. Hello, अस्सलाम वालेकुम, क्या हाल चाल है जी? ठीक ठाक हैं? आ गए हैं तो जी बिस्मिल्लाह। तो सब्सक्राइब मार के जाइएगा, लाइक मार के जाइएगा। ठीक है जी, तो अपनी मोहब्बत दिखा के जाइएगा। तो मैं बता रहा था कि मुझे जनाब चाइना में आया हुआ 25-26 साल हो गए। सो लॉन्गेस्ट टाइम आई स्पेंड आउट ऑफ पाकिस्तान इन चाइना, और उसके बाद मैं अमेरिका रहा था तकरीबन 9-1 महीने, और वो मैं रहा था ओरेगन में। हेलो अस्सलाम वालेकुम, क्या हाल चाल है जी? ठीक ठाक है, 17 लोग आ गए हैं। तो भाई सब्सक्राइब मार के जाइएगा, सब्सक्राइब का बटन आपसे ज़्यादा दूर नहीं है। ठीक है जी, लाइक भी कर दीजिएगा, कमेंट करना तो कर दीजिएगा, ठीक है ना। तो आपके लिए यहाँ पे बैठे हैं जी, तो साथ बिस्मिल्लाह आ गए हैं, तो बात करते हैं कि मैं भी क्या कह रहा था जी, बता रहा था कि मैं जनाब पाकिस्तान से यहाँ पे हूँ चाइना में। मैं हूँ गुइलिन में, ग्वांजो से बहुत नज़दीक है ये जगह। और मैं जनाब जो है ना यहाँ पर पहले टीचर था, ठीक है जी, अब मैं रिटायर हूँ बिल्कुल। तो अब मैं जनाब खेती बाड़ी वगैरह ये वो करता हूँ, तो कुछ ना कुछ सिलसिला चलाते रहते हैं जी। बाकी जनाब जो है ना कि मैं 100% रिटायर हूँ मैं इस वक्त, ठीक है जी। और उसके बाद जनाब जो है मुझे यहाँ पे आए हुए जो है ना, मैं आप बता दिया है कि जनाब मुझे 25-26 साल हो गए। मैं क्या करता हूँ जी, मैं जनाब एक खेती बाड़ी करता हूँ, ठीक है जी। और मैं यहाँ पे चाइना में रहता हूँ, मेरी वाइफ चाइनीज़ है, ठीक है जी। और उस वक्त मैं एक वीडियो भी एडिट कर रहा हूँ। तो लाइक मार के जाइएगा, सब्सक्राइब मार के जाइएगा। तो चाइना में जनाब एक्सपीरियंस कैसा है रहने का, लोग बड़ा पूछते हैं जी कि मैं टिकटॉक पे भी होता हूँ चाचा काशिफ के नाम से। तो मैं यहाँ पे जनाब जो है ना चाइनीज़ लोग, चाइना मुझे कैसा लगा भाई, देखें मैं 26 साल से हूँ यहाँ पर। मैं जब आया था तो मेरे बाल बिल्कुल जो है ना वो काले थे, और सर पे बाल बहुत ज़्यादा थे, ठीक है जी। तो अब माशाल्लाह से उम्र 50 से मेरी ऊपर आज हो गई है, तो आज से आपको अंदाज़ा हो जाना चाहिए कि मुझे चाइना कैसा लगता है। चाइना बहुत अच्छा मुल्क है जी, बहुत अच्छा मुल्क है। चाइनीज़ स्पेशली जो मेरी एज के लोग हैं ना, वो हमारी बहुत इज़्ज़त करते हैं, हमें बहुत पसंद करते हैं, बहुत पसंद करते हैं। जो नौजवान लोग हैं ना, उनको पाकिस्तान और चाइना के जो ओरिजिनल एक्चुअल रिलेशनशिप है ना, उनको नहीं पता, ठीक है जी। वो कहते हैं जी कि हम गरीब हैं, गरीब मुल्क है, ठीक है जी। उनको भूल गया कि चाइना पहले कैसे था कि 30-26 जब आया था तो उस वक्त चाइना जो है ना बिल्कुल पाकिस्तान जैसा था। मैं पाकिस्तान में मुल्तान से हूँ मैं, और जहाँ पे मैं आया था, जिस सिटी में पहली मरतबा आया था शयांग, वो मुल्तान जैसा ही था। लेकिन माशाल्लाह से इन्होंने मेहनत बहुत की है, बहुत मेहनत की है। 2 डेकेड्स के अंदर, 2 दिहाइयों में इन्होंने चाइना को ज़मीन से आसमान पे पहुँचा दिया। अस्सलाम वालेकुम, हाय, सेड हाय, थैंक यू, 2 क्वींस, हेलो, हाउ आर यू? So you want me to speak in English or in Chinese or in Urdu? I was speaking just now Urdu. Which language do you prefer? Because so far you're the only one here. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for liking and saying hello. So, hello. There are more 7 people just joined us. Please like, subscribe, and comment. All right. So, all right, English, good. So, I've been living in China for 26 years. All right. I live in Oregon, Portland, for less than 1 month. Sorry, not 1 month, for 9 months. For 9 months. Then I came back to China because, I think I'm more Chinese than, that American. I don't know. That's my feelings. So far, that I feel like, that feel more comfortable here in China rather than even in Pakistan. I'm from Pakistan, right? So I feel more comfortable living in China because I speak very fluent Chinese. I understand Chinese culture inside out. So, I feel like this is more than my own country. So, how do Chinese people treat us, Pakistanis? All right, so as I mentioned just now, the people who they're around my age group, 50 plus, they know the background of, relationship between China and Pakistan. They really respect us. All right. They give us, that equal footing, they talk, they chatter, they know about Pakistan. But the young people, they are more towards, the Western culture. They feel like, you know, uh, they feel like, that relationship with Western cultures, countries are better than, the poor countries like Pakistan or, what I mean. So this is the difference in between the people, the new generation and my generation. All right. So my generation, that 50 plus people, that we connect with Chinese people, the middle-aged Chinese people better. Maybe because I have a generation gap with a younger generation, even I cannot, have a good conversation with my own kids, because we have a generation gap. We are still living in past, in, that when we were growing up, right? Calling my granny 50x a day. All right, so your granny, right? I'm your granny's age, you know. So I'm still living in the late 70s, early 80s, because when I was growing up, that time I'm living in that that ages. So well, that now the Chinese people, the young kids, they are totally different. All right, I feel like your homeland people, India, would stop calling my granny 50x. Hey, hello, I'm not Indian, okay? I'm from Pakistan. India and Pakistan, they are 2 different countries, all right? I'm not calling yourself 50x. I'm calling myself 50 plus, you know? All right, I stopped calling your granny 50 plus a day. Good one, cheers. So, all right, so when I started this, that live session, there were like 89 subscribers. Can I get 100 subscribers today? Do you think it is possible? I don't know it's possible or not. So if you guys give me a subscription, I make videos almost every day. I go live every day. We talk, I can speak Chinese, I can speak English, and I can speak Urdu, I can speak Hindi. So whatever your language is, yeah, I can go with that. Which language do you prefer? First of all, which language? Hello? Hello? Anyone there? Anyone home? So, all right, the weather is quite strange these days here in Guilin. Day before yesterday, it was really warm weather. I will tell you the Celsius. I don't know. Hello, hello. All right. So there are more two people here. So please subscribe, like, and comment whatever you like. But at least give me a subscription. I started this. So yes, rude. Reclining a plain seat, rude. All right, I am feeling good. I am feeling good. I am feeling good. I will be back. All right, I'm waiting for you. I am waiting for you. So the weather was, that quite strange. Day before yesterday, it was, warm, beautiful, 25 degrees Celsius. I was in my shorts and half sleeves, and I was in my slippers, walking around city and walking beside the riverbank. It was beautiful, breezing, cool breeze. Then yesterday morning when I get up, it was cold. It was cold. The temperature went like, dropped to 5 degrees Celsius in the morning, yesterday morning. Yesterday morning it was 5 degrees Celsius. And my wife, she went out, and then she gave me a phone call. She said, honey, it's cold outside. Give me some hat. She's cold. She was cold. She was not cold. She was feeling cold. So I don't know what's wrong with the weather these days. So reclining on, this is not reclining. This is my chair. This is my office chair where I sit every day and I make videos. So do you think this is rude? So I will sit here like this? Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me, guys. So yeah, another thing, I have mangoes. I have mangoes. Anyone want to have some mangoes? Please, 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 mangoes. You know that I'm mangoes, please. Yeah. Two coins. Are you back? You're back. Are you there? I don't know. She's the two queens said I will be back. So I said, all right. So anyways, you're here. Please subscribe. All right. Please like. I make, in my opinion, I make very interesting videos. I make in different languages. I make videos in English, Urdu, Chinese, Hindi. Hindi and Urdu, they're the same languages, two different countries, almost the same language, almost the same language. But anyways, I live in the southern part of, China. My city is very close to Vietnam, a country, all right, a country, Vietnam. So it's like, that, I think it's 8 hours drive. Yeah, this sign, this is not that loser sign. This is 8, in Chinese, sign languages, we call this 8. You call this 8, but we call this 8. Okay, let me start from here, okay? This is 1, okay? This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, okay? Simple, right? Now, how to tell 6? Like this in Chinese? No. 6 is like this. This is 6, okay? 6, 6, 7. This is 7. This is 8. This is 8. This is 9. This is 10. This is cross 10, or this is 10. So I'm like, that 8 hours drive, drive hours from here to Vietnam. And Guangzhou is also 5 hours drive. Shenzhen is 7 hours drive. And Chengdu is like 11 to 12, no, 13 hours drive. So right now, like the ocean is like, the 3 hours drive. So I'm at the best place where it is not that expensive. Like you have to sell your one kidney every year, This city cost me nothing, Houses are very cheap and, all the things are good. This is the best place to live. This is, Guilin, Lipu, in Guangxi Autonomous Region. This is not Guangzhou, this is Guangxi. Guang, Guang, and XI. XI is she, it's not Z. Okay, it's not Z. I have, a sticker on my teeth. Forgive me for that one, because I will have a surgery. My surgery is very soon. Then you can see my beautiful teeth. But please bear with me with this ugly teeth. Bad, bad teeth. All right. So, all right. So, you know that in my language, seven, we call it sat. Seven is sat. All right. Hello, guys. Four guys just connected us. Please, thank you very much for joining me. All right. Please subscribe before you leave. I know you will leave in a blink of the eye. Please subscribe. All right. Thank you very much. I will love you forever. If you subscribe, and you will have, oh my God, 28 people. Oh my God, 6767. All right, Marty. How you doing, buddy? Marty, how are you doing? So please subscribe before you leave, all right? So my target is today, so if I can complete my 100 subscribers. When I started this live, it was only, 87 or 80, no, 89 subscribers. So I'm just, 11 subscribers, distance to complete my 100. So if you can complete this target, I will be very happy. I will love you forever. 6, 7. All right, thank you, Marty. So, this is, in Chinese, like XI, just like the president of China, it's not Z, it's she, XI, all right? CH is ch, all right? So Chinese language is, the pronunciation can be, very different. For example, yes, shi, okay? 10 is shi, and, 是的. When you will come back, I will come back in 10 minutes. 我10分钟就回来, 10分钟就回来, okay? So, there are like, the different, the meaning of one character. But for pronunciation, they are almost the same, but writing is different. The writing is different. So that's why, I feel like Chinese, language is the most difficult language in the world, in my opinion. So guys, it is like 9:52 in the evening here at the Beijing time. So it's the most difficult language to learn, that I started speaking after living here for 5 years. It took me 5 years to pronounce very simple sentences to structure, simple sentences like how much is that? 那是多少钱? Okay, how much is this? 这个多少钱? Or like, how much is that? So how to answer that one? It's like 2 yuan. 2块钱一个. 2块 means 2 yuan. 1. All right? So, I grasp it took me 5 years to create one sentence, So that's why I call this one a very difficult language. So I was started from, that Qi 7. So when I have to speak, I have to cope with 3 languages every day, every time. Back in my country, if I'm talking like, in a one gathering, in one setting, if there is a guy from Pakistan or India, and you're from English-speaking country, all right, you're from Chinese-speaking country, if you're talking with me, so what happens, that I have to make my mind to speak in 3 languages, So like all of a sudden I have to change. I have to, jump from one language to another language to another language. So that's a problem. It's like English is totally different ball game. Okay, Hindi or Urdu is totally different language, and Chinese is totally different language. So that's why, that I lost my hairs that quick. I'm almost bald, like a bald eagle, like a bald owl. Right? Can you see that? And I lost my hair after my chemotherapy. I had a chemotherapy, some months ago. So that happens, when you have a chemo in your body, so you lost your hair. Yeah. So living in China, like, for 26 years, do I have any culture shocks? Yes. Many culture shocks. What kind of culture shocks? That using chopstick first time. I went to a restaurant for I ordered egg fried rice. So they gave me a bowl of egg fried rice, not in plate, and then give me a pair of chopsticks. They said, eat. I said, I cannot eat. You were a flavor. If you were a flavor. All right. So, they give me a pair of chopsticks. I said, I cannot be able to use chopsticks. I said, can you give me a spoon? They gave me a spoon. That one was a soup spoon. That was not for using or eating rice. And that one was like, that my palm big spoon, that was culture shock. All right. So the boss, when he realized that I cannot use chopsticks, that spoon is too big for my mouth, he went outside, he borrowed spoon from somewhere, I don't know, or he dug the spoon from somewhere, then he gave me a spoon. But later on, he told me when I had a conversation with him, so he said, he gave me, a plate full of, peanuts. All right. He said, catch peanuts, put it in your mouth. I practiced whole night. Second day, I was able to use chopsticks. That was my first culture shock. All right, so I have almost, that full face beard. So what had happened, I went to a barber shop to, trim my hair, and I asked him to make a shave. He said that he cannot make a shave. He can only, trim my hair. He can cut my hair. He can wash my hair. But he has, no way. He doesn't know how to shave. That was the second culture shock. All right. And I was fatter than average Chinese. I had a problem to buy a trouser of my size. Yes, sir. Like, the Chinese, most of the Chinese guys, they are skinny. They are not like me, that my waist is 36 or 38. So every Chinese guy is still like, the good Levi's jeans, I cannot buy here. I cannot buy. I have to ask my friend from out of China so they can send me a pair of jeans. My size jeans, I cannot buy. All right. Yeah, shirts I can buy, 2XL, I can buy. T-shirt, they have my size, but jeans, I cannot. But that tailor-made trousers, I can ask, but they are expensive here. But they're like, the hell of culture shocks. But it's very easy. It's very easy to live in Chinese society. People think that there are cameras everywhere. There are cameras, every 500 meters. You're wrong. You're wrong. All right. There are cameras every 200 or 100 meters. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That people used to steal your cell phone. You know, the bicycles got stolen. Cars even got stolen when it was like, that 10 or 12 years ago, maybe 15 years ago. It happened. It happened in China. But now in China, that if you say that, that your telephone was stolen, then that means you're done. That you might put somewhere and you totally forgot, because things do not get stolen here in China anymore. No, 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 sir. Those cameras are not for your surveillance. Those cameras on the street, everywhere, they're not for your surveillance, but they are for your safety. Maybe you think that I am, brainwashed by CCTV, or by, sorry, not CCTV, CCP. No, I'm not brainwashed. This is my personal experience. All right, I have this GoPro. Okay, I have this Insta, and I have one GoPro here. I have these two GoPros. Okay, these are always, that I have with this. Where is that thing gone? Where is that? Where is that? Where is that? I have this one as my dash cam. These my GoPro, And I always keep them in my car. Always keep them, you know. I just, at night, I have to, if I have to, edit my video, I take them out of my car. But otherwise, I keep that in my car. Can you, keep your GoPro the whole day in your car while it is parked outside in the street? No, sir, that is impossible. That is impossible. You know that even my earphones, you know, sometimes I left them in my car. I never got smashed my window. Never. Sometimes my wife, she forgets to lock the car while it's parking. You know, never, ever anything got stolen from my car. China is that safe. China is that safe. So what is those cameras for? Are they looking at you? Are they following you? For God's sake, when you come to China, you go through the immigration, before they stamp on your passport, entered in China, they will, take your photo. They will take your photo, and then that means you are in a Chinese database. They know, wherever you are, they know. Why they will, they will look for you. Are you a bad guy? You did anything wrong? If you did something wrong, you have to afraid of. I'm not afraid of anything. I'm not afraid of, because I don't do anything bad. I don't do anything bad. I never interfere in others' matters. Yeah, if someone dropped their money, I would say, hey, hello, there's your wallet. Hey, you left your cell phone. Things happen. And we, shout out. We tell people. Or sometimes, they forgot to, zip their bags. Yeah, we tell them. That means that will make me bad? No, 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 no. If you're trying to create problems, well, of course, you are in trouble. All right, guys, I'm going to finish my live here. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for watching and, listening and liking, for commenting and staying. And if you subscribe, thank you very much. All right, let's finish here. And that, believe me, I'm living in the best country in the world. I lived in USA, the number one economy, the most powerful country. And I'm living in China, and I prefer to live in China. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come to China, experience yourself, and you will learn how good China is. All right? Goodbye. Next time.